Hey, hi guys. My name is Abhishek, and I'm currently a student at JBMS Mumbai. So, guys, now that CET is around the corner and there are only almost 30 days, in fact, less than 30 days left for CET, I thought that let's make a strategy type of video so that you can prepare for CET in the last 30 days. Now, in this video, I'll be talking about few things, taking into consideration that you guys are preparing for the CET for the first time, and that means you haven't prepared for, let's say, CAT, let's say SNAP, or any other non-CAT or CAT exam before. To be really honest, CET is a aptitude-based exam, and that's why it's unlike other exams where you need to prepare. In CET, anything can happen on D-Day. I mean, we really have a lot of examples. In fact, in my batch as well, my seniors as well, their seniors as well. I've been in this circuit from last 3 4 years, so I know that there are a lot of examples जहाँ पे students prepared barely for a month, okay, and still they crack the exam. Again, that doesn't mean that if you haven't done anything and if you follow this video, you'll be definitely able to make it to JB. It's not like that. I'm just giving you the hopes, giving you the motivation that it is still possible. I mean, it is very well possible that अगर आपने अभी से भी, if you start preparing for CET, you will be able to make it to, if not JB, maybe the top 5 colleges through CET. Okay, that is one thing. Second thing is you should prepare not only for JB. Again, that is the second thing. You should not only prepare for JB, you should target the top 5 colleges. And even if you get into, let's say, third or second or maybe the fourth ranked college, देखा जाएगा कि admission लेना है क्या करना है. But do not only target JB as of now. Of course, that should be the ultimate goal. But top 5 colleges are still, I would say, they are on the good side. So yeah, with that being said, let's start the video. So we are going to talk about two topics. uh, Mostly दो parts में इसको, we are going to divide this video. The first part is your syllabus and the second part, it's about the mocks. Okay, so for the syllabus point of view, let's do one thing. Let's try to divide this video into two parts. Okay, first is your syllabus and second part is going to be your mocks. Okay, so let's first try to divide syllabus first of all into four different sections. So we all know that there are four sections, namely Quants, LR, abstract, and let's say your verbal. Okay. So what are we going to do is, let's say we have almost 25 26 days in our hand. So what I want you to do is, I want you to pick, let's talk about Quants first of all. Okay. So let's take an example of Quants. So what I want you to do is, I want you to take the three topics, let's say 2 to 3 topics of cons, एक दिन उस पे दे दो, and पूरे एक दिन में you are supposed to finish all the three topics. ठीक है. So see, cons maybe again we have 5 different modules, but we all know that cons is dominated by arithmetic in CET at least. ठीक है. It's dominated by arithmetic, and that's why the focus should be more on arithmetic. So for example, if you're going to study 3 topics on a daily basis from quants, let's say. So from that, 2 topics are definitely going to be from arithmetic, and another topic is, let's say, from, matlab, with 2 topics of arithmetic, you can complete one topic from, let's say, PNC, maybe modern math, maybe number system. So for these topics, you are not going to prepare, for a day or something. You're just going to, cover the basics, because at the end, see, PNC, modern math, I know for the fact that these are considered to be a sort of difficult topics, although they are not difficult topics. But even if you haven't prepared them, I mean, I can totally understand that abhi last 30 दिनों में ये करना, it's very difficult. But again, at the same time, even if you do some, even if you touch some basic concepts, because questions that are going to be there in CET, if you can, in fact, have a look at the last year's CET paper as well, the questions which comes from these topics, they're generally on the lower side. The what happened ended up happening is that, जनरली लोगों के साथ, मेरे साथ भी ऐसा हुआ था कि मतलब इन द फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट मैंने टच ही नहीं किया था ये टॉपिक, एंड दैट्स व्हाई इवन इफ क्वेश्चन इजी और डिफिकल्ट हो, मेरे लिए तो वो डिफिकल्टी रहने वाला था. एंड दैट्स व्हाई आई ऑलवेज सजेस्ट कि एटलीस्ट बेसिक जो पॉइंट्स है वो टच कर सकते हो आप. तो फॉर एग्जांपल इन मॉडर्न मैथ यू कैन गिव लाइक 2-3 hours and finish modern math. You can give 2-3 hours, finish PNC. Similarly, you can give 2-3 hours, finish number system. Although again, totally understandable that these are the topics which will take you around 2-3 days or let's say more than that to finish. But again, as I mentioned, basics touch करने हैं बस, ठीक है. And with that, दो arithmetic के topics. So it should go like that, ठीक है. So for example, I'll give you the the example of let's say 3 days, ठीक है. So let's say Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Okay. So Monday, for example, I'm going to touch two topics from arithmetic and one topic from let's say modern math. Okay. On the next day, again, on Quants is done. On the next day, I'm going to start with let's say logical reasoning. In that, I'm going to cover topics like blood relation and let's say direction sense. And on the third day, I'm going to start with let's say your grammar or something like a subject verb agreement, something like that. Basically, a grammar part. Okay. This is how the 3 days will look like. Again, on the fourth day, we are going to start with cons followed by LR followed by verbal. Now, from this verbal के साथ, you can club the visual reasoning as well, which is abstract. You can club that as well. ठीक है. So ऐसे कर करके 3 days का it should go something like that. And if you do it like this, at the end of 26 days, you'll be able to complete most of the syllabus. Not if not all parts of it, at least 90% of the syllabus will get completed. ठीक है. तो ये तो हो गया. It's about the syllabus part. ठीक है. So if you want to name if you want me to name few topics from arithmetic, starting from percentage. So percentage, ratio, fractions, first three important topics. Again, as I always mention, they will act as a double-edged sword where they'll help you to solve questions from not only from the standalone questions, but at the same time from the DI as well. Because DI is at the end, it is like all about solving averages, percentages, fractions. It's all about that. I mean, every question from DI can be categorized into one of these three topics. So these three topic, very basic and very important topics, followed by averages, mixture allegation. Then you can slowly start with some advanced topics like maybe simple interest, compound interest, profit and loss. Then maybe you can start with time and work, time, speed and distance, and topics like that. These are the, I mean, ये जो topics है वो तो आपको हमेशा करने ही करने. These are very important topics. Then if you talk about modern math PNC, then उसके बाद you can talk about the number system. Number system में you can try and solve some LCM, HCF questions. Maybe you can try and have a look at the remainder questions because these are generally asked. Like a lot of times these questions have already been asked in CET exams. ठीक है. Then उसके बाद let's talk about geometry. बहुत लोग geometry छोड़ देते हैं, but geometry में भी if you see, we can divide geometry into 2-3 parts. पहला normal geometry, then coordinate geometry, and then maybe you can talk about mensuration. Mensuration, again, when it comes to mensuration, if you look at the questions from mensuration is all about formulas. Now you may say कि sir formula नहीं, I cannot remember the formulas. But again, if you see, there is a way in order to learn the formulas. ठीक है. मतलब for example, let's take an example of sphere. Let's say if you want to find the total surface area of sphere, you can remember it like it's a 4 times of circle. ठीक है. ऐसे करके it's very interdependent. Cone हो गया, cylinder हो गया, sphere हो गया. It's very much interdependent. So once you know that knack, you'll be able to crack it. Okay. So yeah, I mean that's how you'll be able to cover the topics. At least see, when I say mensuration, आपको एक गो में खत्म करना है. You should at least have a look at the formulas and you should at least know how are we able to form those formulas, on the D-Day. So ये हो गया. This is how you are going to cover the syllabus in 26, 20, 20, 25 days. Although it is very easy for me to say, but again, if you genuinely give 7-8 hours of a day, you'll be able to definitely cover the syllabus. ठीक है. Now ये तो हो गया syllabus के बारे में. Now let's talk about mocks. So again, as I mentioned, it's not only about syllabus. Mocks भी important role play करता है when it comes to CET exams like CET. तो the introductory mock is something that I want to give you before you start with syllabus. So for example, if you are starting with the syllabus, let's say from next Monday, although you should not wait till the Monday, कल के कल ही स्टार्ट कर दो, आज के आज ही सिलेबस स्टार्ट कर दो. कल से अगर सिलेबस स्टार्ट करे तो नाउ टुडे आई वांट यू टू गिव द इंट्रोडक्टरी मॉक. ठीक है. तो जैसे अगर आपने आज मॉक दिया एंड दैट मॉक विदाउट फ्लूक, हाँ बाय द वे दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, यू शुड नॉट अटेम्प्ट ऑल 200 क्वेश्चंस, मतलब 150 मिनट्स में जितने क्वेश्चंस होते हैं उतने अटेम्प्ट करने, यू शुड नॉट mark any fluke or tukka or anything like that as of now, because there is a reason. Of course I'll be telling you the reason in the upcoming upcoming videos कि कैसा करना है, क्या तुक्का लगाना है और ठीक है, अभी के लिए नहीं लगाना है, यू आर नॉट सपोज टू मार्क एनी फ्लूक। तो इंट्रोडक्टरी मॉक दे दो, वट एवर द स्कोर इज कहीं पे नोट डाउन कर दो, ठीक है वो स्कोर। एंड देन व्हाट आई वांट इज लेट्स से मंडे ट्यूसडे वेडनेसडे, इफ यू कैन सी, आई कैन सी वेडनेसडे इज रिलेटिवली चिल, ठीक है, रिलेटिवली चिल लग रहा है वेडनेसडे। सो ऑन दिस डे आफ्टर कंप्लीटिंग दिस टू टॉपिक्स, लेट्स से आपने 4-5 आवर्स दे दिया आपका, ठीक है, उसके बाद आई वांट यू टू गिव अनदर मॉक, ठीक है, अ मॉक, लेट्स से मॉक 1। So along with the syllabus, you are also going to attempt mock. In that way, मॉक्स के रिगार्डिंग ऐसा है कि इन अ वीक आई वॉन्ट यू टू गिव 1 to 2 मॉक्स, नॉट मोर देन 2 मॉक्स एंड नॉट लेस देन अ मॉक। डेफिनेटली 1 से 2 मॉक के बीच में देना ही देना है, सो दैट इन द कोर्स ऑफ 4 वीक्स यूल बी एबल टू कंप्लीट एटलीस्ट 5-6 मॉक्स। दिस इज व्हाट आई वांट, ठीक है। अभी द सेकेंड थिंग, मतलब मॉक्स का हो गया, सिलेबस का हो गया, नाउ लेट्स टॉक अबाउट द स्कोर्स। लॉट ऑफ पीपल दे डू थिंक कि मेरा स्कोर तो 100 के ऊपर जा ही नहीं रहा है, तो हाउ विल आई बी एबल टू मेक इट टू मे बी जीबी और मे बी सिडनम। तो सी गाइज, अगेन एज आई मेंशन, आई हैव ऑलरेडी टॉक्ड अबाउट इट इन द स्टार्टिंग कि एनीथिंग कैन हैपन ऑन डी डे। what is there in your hand is to prepare diligently for it and वही करना, do not worry about marks or do not worry about mock के scores as of now। that doesn't mean कि mock दे के छोड़ देना है, ठीक है, because with mocks there is something which comes what we call as the assessment of mock, ठीक है। तो आपको एनालिसिस भी उतना ही इंपॉर्टेंटली लेना है जितना इंपॉर्टेंटली आप मॉक्स ट्राई कर रहे हो। so suppose for example if you take 2.5 hours for a mock, 3-4 hours should be there for analysis. And in analysis, what are you going to see? Is you are going to check your weaker topics, you are going to check your stronger sections, ठीक है, and at the same time you are going to prepare the strategy on the detail। so देखो पहला, let's say आपने if you are attending the 5 mocks, ठीक है, M1 M2 M3 M4 M5, ये तो इंट्रोडक्टरी, इसको तो कंसिडर ही मत करो, M4 M5, फ्रॉम मॉक 3 ऑनवर्ड्स आई वॉन्ट यू टू अटेम्प्ट फ्लूक्स, ठीक है, मतलब फ्लूक्स के साथ सभी अटेम्प्ट करना है। एंड एट द सेम टाइम फ्रॉम मॉक 3 ऑनवर्ड्स आई वॉन्ट यू टू प्रिपेयर योर strategy on D-Day. Matlab, which section you are starting with, what is going to be the time under which you are going to complete a section, which is the second section. If let's say if the first section is comparatively harder, are you still going to follow the same structure, same strategy, or you are going to tweak your strategy a little bit? Maybe let's say if you're starting with quants, matlab the regular strategies, let's say if you're starting with the quants followed by LR, followed by verbal, followed by your visual reasoning. And if at all, let's say quants is slightly difficult, then you might want to tweak the strategy and then you might want to pick verbal first, then after quants, then verbal, followed by maybe your visual reasoning. And finally, if your stronger section is LR, you may want to end up with your stronger section so that you are fairly confident about that section. Maybe you can do that. So ऐसे करके 2-3 आपके strategies ready होने चाहिए, first thing। Second, I really want you to attempt the ATAL mocks. So ATAL mocks are the mocks which are launched by your CET cell. They are the official mocks. So out of this 5 mocks, maybe you can have a word with your friend, आप friend के साथ मिलके, I think there is some cost also for that mocks, 500-600 rupees। Maybe you can take it in a partnership sort of, मतलब दोनों में मिला के ले सकते हो, 2 मॉक आपका फ्रेंड देगा, 2-3 मॉक आप दोगे, ऐसे करके, so that I just want you to have a good flair of that exam। मतलब there are a lot of interface changes, there are a lot of different changes that they bring every year। so I really want you to not feel like कि ये कुछ नया ही आया है, and in order to understand that it will take you 10-15 minutes, so वो नहीं होना चाहिए। and that's why that those mocks are also important। ये जो 5 mocks है उसमें से एटलीस्ट 1-2 mocks ट्राई करना, that you are attempting that official CET mocks। they are also available on the CET portal। अगर नहीं मिला तो do let me know in the comment section, I'll try to post the link as well, ठीक है, that is important। so this is more or less about the syllabus and mocks which you are going to attempt in the next in the course of this next 25-30 days। now followed by that I have some some 2 to 3 extra points that are very important in this last 30 days। is that get comfortable with every topic. As I mentioned earlier, although I've covered this point earlier, just want to bring this point again, that do not leave any topic as such. मतलब 5 टॉपिक से लेट्स से कॉर्ड्स में मैंने बस अरिथमेटिक किया, मैंने ज्योमेट्री किया, मैंने अलजेब्रा, नंबर सिस्टम एंड लेट्स से मॉडर्न मैथ को हाथ ही नहीं लगाया. डोंट डू इट लाइक दिस, बिकॉज यू नेवर नो व्हाट सॉर्ट ऑफ क्वेश्चन इज गोइंग टू बी देयर. सो फॉर एग्जांपल मॉडर्न मैथ अगर आपने किया ही नहीं है, एंड अगर वहां पे, ऑल्दो इतना इजी क्वेश्चन आएगा नहीं, फॉर एग्जांपल वहां पे अगर आपको पूछा व्हाट इज द वैल्यू ऑफ 6 फैक्टोरियल, बट आपको फैक्टोरियल क्या है वही नहीं पता है, तो यू विल बेसिकली ये नहीं सॉल्व कर पाओगे. इतना इजी क्वेश्चन होके भी यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन इन एग्जाम. सो दैट्स व्हाई आई रियली डोंट वांट यू टू लीव एनी टॉपिक एज सच. थोड़ा थोड़ा बेसिक्स तो यू कैन टच बेस ऑन द बेसिक्स ऑफ इट एटलीस्ट. ठीक है. Then the second is shortcut. Of course, shortcut plays important role. So try and learn as many shortcuts as you can from every topic. Okay. So for example, if I want to give you an example, let's take an example of inequality, for example. Okay. So inequalities में there is something what we call as a box technique. So that box technique will help you in order to solve a same question in, let's say, 1 to 2 minutes. Had you solved that question with the traditional way, you would have taken somewhere around 4 or 5 minutes to to solve that question. So वो avoid करना है. Similarly, you have a lot of tricks for input output as well. There are a lot of tricks for syllogisms में especially you can apply that visual वाला, बहुत सारे techniques होते हैं. ठीक है. In fact, for your calculation as well, there are a lot of techniques. So try and learn as many shortcuts as it is possible for you. So that is one thing. And try to apply them in mocks. मतलब not only that you should learn them, but application is also important, because ऐसे learn करने के लिए तो 100 shortcuts है, but apply जब तक नहीं करोगे you'll not be able to make a most out of it. And finally, some more tips. Of course, mind calculations. Do not use pen and paper every time. Of course, out of 200 questions, I would say, if not more, let's say 20-30 questions are going to be there which can be solved without using pen and paper. And जहाँ पे आपका time save हो सकता है. So try to focus on these questions. मतलब हर एक क्वेश्चन देखते ही पेन पेपर नहीं उठाना है. देर आर लॉट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस विच यू कैन डू मेंटली. Mind calculations are useful there. The second thing is you do not need to solve every question. I mean, as you know that there are 150 questions overall. Sorry, 150 is the time and 200 are the total number of questions. And it is generally been observed that if you're able to score 150, 160, you'll be able to make it, to the top B schools. So you are not supposed to solve every question. So on exam, it's very important. ठीक है, बहुत important चीज बता रहा हूँ. On exam, instead of selecting a right question, try to avoid the wrong question. I mean, the question which you are not supposed to solve, वो एकदम 2-3 सेकेंड्स में या फिर 5 सेकेंड्स में अगर आपने एनालिसिस कर लिया कि ये क्वेश्चन मेरे से नहीं होने वाला है, एंड दिस इज द क्वेश्चन दैट आई शुड नॉट टच. मतलब फॉर एग्जाम्पल देर इज दिस स्पीड ब्रेकर ऑलवेज. आई मीन, ऐसा अच्छा रोड होगा and बीच में एक बम्प आएगा, फिर से अगेन नॉर्मल होगा. सो द स्टार्टिंग के 1 to 10 क्वेश्चंस मे बी दे आर वेरी इजी, एंड यू आर इन अ फ्लो, यू आर इन वेरी हाई कॉन्फिडेंस दैट अभी कोई भी क्वेश्चन आया मैं उसको तो नहीं छोड़ने वाला. एंड सडनली दिस क्वेश्चन 11 कम्स. ठीक है. पूछेगा आपको कि फॉर एग्जाम्पल लेट्स से was the date on 15th of August 1947. Very common question. तो अगर ऐसा क्वेश्चन आ गया बीच में, इट विल बिग, मतलब नॉट दिस क्वेश्चन बट ऐसा अगर कोई क्वेश्चन आ गया तो पॉसिबली 5 मिनट तो एक ही क्वेश्चन पे चला जाएगा. एंड इवन इफ यू आर वेरी गुड एट कैलेंडर्स, मतलब देयर इज दिस सॉर्ट ऑफ ईगो कि ये क्वेश्चन मुझे सॉल्व ही करना है, बिकॉज आई हैव लिटरली सॉल्व ऑल द क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम कैलेंडर्स. अभी तक ऐसा कोई क्वेश्चन है ही नहीं जो मेरे से नहीं हुआ है. सो ये चीज आपको अवॉइड करना है, दैट दिस आर द क्वेश्चंस दैट उससे बहुत दूर रहना है आपको. एंड इफ यू आर एबल टू स्किप दिस क्वेश्चन इन 5 seconds, देन अगेन यू कैन सी आगे का रोड बहुत स्मूथ है. सो डोंट नीड टू सॉल्व एवरी क्वेश्चन. you'll have to prepare that sort of attitude कि हर एक क्वेश्चन नहीं सॉल्व करना है. एंड फाइनली, मतलब दिस इज वेरी कॉमन इंस्ट्रक्शन, but trust me, this is very useful at the same time. In fact, I have seen this multiple times कि people they prepare for exam for like a year or so, but on the D day I don't know, something happen and basically वो अपना काम खो देते हैं and they are not able to perform up to their expectations. I mean, this thing happened with me for the first time to my own as well. तो मतलब ये होता रहता है. And yeah, you should basically keep yourself calm on the D-Day. ठीक है, योगा वोगा करके जाना 5 मिनट. एंड बेसिकली वही है, ट्राई टू हैव योर प्लान बी रेडी विथ यू, सो दैट यू नो यू आर नॉट दैट नर्वस ऑन द D-Day. एंड वही है, मतलब these are some of the strategies, some tips that you should follow for the next 30 days. If you want any more topic, maybe you can give me some suggestions in comment box. I'll be more than happy to take some more topics on this. And yeah, with that being said, if you have any doubt or any difficulty, please do ask me in the comment section. I'll definitely try my best to answer every comment and every query. So yeah, that's it for the day, and hope this video was helpful. Thank you.